Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, I've got a little challenge on my hands. So, Greg and Ben, shout out to Greg and Ben over at the Bourbon Note, man. If you are not subscribed to them, go over to their channel and subscribe right now. They put out some great content, but they challenged me to do the 5-bottle Reddit challenge. That is the only 5 bottles that you need. Count it up, 5. The only 5. So, since they challenged me, I had to go ahead and do it, and it was a little hard because I have a lot of bottles, and just trying to sort through those bottles for 5, man, that was quite a bit of a challenge. But the first bottle is going to be your daily drinker. My daily drinker is going to be Evan Williams 1783. I just recently became a fan of 1783. Shout out to It's Bourbon Night because they were the ones who put me onto this bottle. I've walked past this bottle time and time and time again. Seeing this bottle on the bottom shelf did not help it out. And the fact that it was just regular old Evan Williams 1783, nothing special looking about the bottle, didn't help it out either. But when I cracked it open, man, the vanilla notes, those caramel notes, it was just, for a 90 proof pour, it was very delicious, and it kind of reminded me of Eagle Rare. And if you didn't watch that video, it's time for you to go back and check that one out because Eagle Rare just barely edged this thing out. And for this thing to be $21.99, $22, you cannot beat that bottle, especially for a daily drinker. At 90 proof, it's something that you can just go get a couple ounces, get a sip, enjoy it, enjoy the flavors of it, and just put it away. So this right here, 1783, this Evan Williams would have to be my daily drinker. Now, next bottle in the category is Impress Your Guest. I had a couple of bottles that I was thinking about, and I know Greg took issue with this part, but when it comes to Impress Your Guests, I felt like that they were saying, hey, this is something that when you put out on the table, your guests are gonna go goo goo gaga over. So this is what I chose. Parker's Heritage Double Char. Now that one right there, that was in my top 3 of 2022. The richness, the flavors. I mean, the only reason why this thing didn't make number 1 is because of the oakiness in it. I mean, it was a little drying, and I that was the only little thing that I just took away from this bottle that kept it from being my number 1, because that Lady's Liquor Store pick is something amazing. But this thing right here, man, all of those rich flavors that just come to the forefront is everything you want. The brown sugar, the butterscotch, the vanilla notes, everything. So this would be my Impress Your Guest pour. Third pour. I'm not a big cocktail guy. I rarely ever, if at all, drink cocktails. And I don't think I've had but only one bourbon cocktail in my entire life. But from what I hear, this makes a good cocktail mixer. This is Wild Turkey 101. And I can see why this would make a good cocktail mixer, because Wild Turkey 101 just punches with flavor. Not only is it a budget monster, but it just punches with flavor. So you get 101 proof, you get a lot of spiciness, you get a lot of those cinnamon and clove notes, and I think that other bourbons would be calmed down by a cocktail. I think all of those flavors would still shine through when it comes to a cocktail with Wild Turkey 101. All right, 4th bottle on the list. That is going to be your Friday night pour. My Friday night pour, Larceny A123. And that is what I have in this glass. Cheers. This thing is already in my top 10. This thing right here, man, oh my gosh. The vanilla notes, those dark, rich fruit notes. You've got plums and grapes. Oh my gosh, it just, and the finish that comes across the back with that deep, dark chocolate. So far this year, I haven't had anything better. That's why I say it's in my top 10, because we still got 9 months to go. 10 months to go if you count all of March. But we still got a full 10 months to go pretty much. So I am saying that this is in my top 10, could possibly be my number 1 for the year already. I mean, that's how much this bottle is crushing it. So Friday night pour, when I want something a little special on a Friday night, came home from a long week of work, want to sit back with a nice high proof pour, has to be the Larceny A123. Last and final bottle, this is a special occasion bottle. This is a bottle that I didn't think I would ever open on the channel. I cracked this bottle open when I hit 100 subscribers. And to me, that was a special occasion. So this is the bottled in 2016, 2001 edition Knob Creek. I had to sip a little bit before the video because I haven't had some in so long, pretty much since that video, that I forgot what it was like. I forgot how it was so cherry forward. And that is uncommon to me with Knob Creek. Knob Creek, you tend to get a lot of rich butterscotch, vanilla, caramel notes. This thing is so cherry forward. It has a beautiful oak note in it. It has a little bit of that barrel char. I mean, to me, this is a very special bottle to me because Knob Creek, like I said before, it was not the bottle that brought me to the party, but it was the bottle that I danced with pretty much all night. This thing right here, man, it did it for me. When I got into bourbon, Knob Creek was that bottle that I went back to time and time and time again. It was the first bottle that I had ever picked up butterscotch in. And my buddies thought I was crazy. They said, there is no way that you're tasting butterscotch. Knob Creek was the first bottle that ever really opened up my palate. So these are my 5 Reddit bourbon challenge. I want to challenge some other channels out there. I love to challenge Whiskey Tears, and I love to challenge Laura from Baker Drinks. So with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you're headed to a drop. Till next time.